up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up.
Welcome to another edition of Wings Weekly. Jay Kleinknecht here, of course, alongside head coach Scott Langer, and coach a pretty solid homestand against the Brookings Blizzard. Friday night, an excellent game. And you guys, of course, end up winning that one 4-0. Kevin Fitzgerald and Gage Mackey both scoring 2 goals in it, and just a real electric environment. And your team played very well in all facets, I thought, both defensively, offensively, and of course goaltending with the shutout as well. Saturday night a little bit differently, maybe a little bit tighter game. It just seemed like it was really a matter of somebody just kicking down a wall, and it was going to a race to see who was going to do it. But let's start with Friday night. Friday night was an excellent game that was played by your team, I thought. As we talked about a little bit, some of the things that maybe were lacking on Wednesday's game there in Brookings, like for example face-offs. I thought that that Brookings probably won the majority of the face-offs there in the Larson Ice Center, but that was turned around on Friday night. Your team did much better at the face-off circle, and very few turnovers, just a lot of very positives. What do you like from Friday night's matchup?
Well, I mean, you could probably say that was our best all-around effort since the start of the season. I mean, in every category we dominated the game, and you see face-offs. I think all the little areas of importance we took care of. We blocked a lot of shots, didn't give up a whole lot of chances. We produced a lot of chances. Obviously, our attack was very good, and defensively, we just didn't let anything even give us a problem at all. Is the way we just clamped down. Our guys really bought in. So I mean, there was some great efforts. Obviously, Gage Mackey had another great game. Kevin Fitzgerald chipped in there with 2, and it was just a solid game all around. And I don't think it really changed much going into Saturday either. I thought that our effort was really good. We just couldn't find a way to put the puck in the back of the net, and had an unfortunate icing call that we could have controlled, and we didn't. And they ran a face-off play, and it ended up in the back of the net. But our team outchanced them 38-9, or I'm sorry, 38-14 for the game. So I mean, we again had a solid effort. We just didn't have the result we wanted.
Yeah, both games, shots on goal category, you dominated, and doubling them up pretty much on Friday night. And as you talked about, the all facets excellent. The in-zone presence was phenomenal. It's like you guys were camped out in your offensive zone for quite a long period of time throughout different segments of that matchup. Another thing I wanted to touch on, Coach, was the special teams. Your kill has been incredibly strong lately, and the power play really coming along here lately too. 5 goals, power play goals over the last 3 games. What's changed there? Anything?
Well, I mean, I just think that the more time you spend on it and the more repetitions in practice, things are going to get better. And our guys have certainly put the time in. Coach Bowen's done a great job with the power play, and obviously the numbers don't reflect it long term because we started out so flat. But as of late, it's been really good. I mean, it's given certainly forcing teams on the other side to adjust to what we're doing, and that's the game plan. And on the penalty kill side, our guys, again, we talk about it all the time. It's a pride thing. It allows us to take a penalty here and there and be okay. And our guys, I think, have killed off the last 10 out of 10 or something like that. And against a team like Brookings, that's super important. It's a team that put 3 power play goals against us in the last outing. So we knew we had to be good, and our guys were up to the challenge.
Yeah. Well, and we talked about, having seen Brookings last Wednesday, we talked a little about their style and so on. And you talked about how you're not going to be able to win shootout kind of games with them, or track and field kind of matches with them, and that you wanted to play your style. You feel like you guys were able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought our guys bought into the game plan, into it, into what we're good at, and really slowed them down. I mean, we gave up 1 goal on the weekend. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't really fault your hockey team when they're giving up 1 goal. Our goaltending was excellent. Like I said, we had many opportunities there. Didn't get the right bounces on Saturday, but we certainly had the ability to win that game, and it's unfortunate we didn't.
Yeah. Well, again, a solid weekend, and bitter cold in Aberdeen, and thought the crowd was fantastic. I really expected it to dwindle some because of the weather, but that was hats off to the Wings fans for coming out and supporting this team. Coach, moving forward, well, actually, let's not move forward yet. Let's go back a little bit. About 2 months ago, you and I talked about the direction of this team and so on, and you said that at the Christmas break, you felt like they were really going to be surging and they were going to really become a force to be reckoned with as this team kind of gels and matures a little bit. It seems like that's happening. Do you see that coming to fruition?
Well, yeah, I mean, the last few games, you look at all of our stats that we do internally and some of the things that are going on. We're playing the best hockey of the season. It's almost too bad we had to go on break because we have been playing really well. But, it's that time, too, that the injuries are starting to catch up to us. So, we're going to have to utilize this break, fortunately, to kind of heal a little bit. But, as a hockey team, we've really come really close. The guys have done a good job becoming a hockey team, and they bought into what we're preaching and what we're about. And, I think that's, awesome. It's fun to come to the rink every day with this group.
Excellent. All right, well, we'll take a quick break here, folks, and we'll hear from one of our sponsors of the show, and we'll be back with more Wings Weekly.
Let's make a taco. No, seriously. Start with a tortilla, soft tortilla, warm it, kiss it, don't kiss it. Chicken? How about tequila lime chicken? Now we're cooking. Slice this, peel that, snip those. Salsa? Verde. Cheese? Cotija. Oh, forgot to mention. Guac. That's better. See, anyone can make a taco, but we're not anyone. We're Qdoba, and these are knockout tacos. Qdoba Mexicanese. Choose flavor.
Welcome back to the second portion of today's Wings Weekly. Jay Klein Connect here along with head coach Scott Langer. And Coach, we were talking just before our break about this break, about the Christmas break, and about the players being able to get home and spend some time with family and friends and so on. And, of course, the coaching staff able to get away for a little bit, too. And as you said, it's kind of a double-edged sword because you are playing the best hockey that you've played all season. You want to kind of keep that rolling. But as you also mentioned, it gives the guys a chance to recuperate and for their bodies to heal a little bit, too. Touch a little bit, if you would, on what is expected of the players when they're gone on break. Is there a regimen or a training kind of program that they're expected to continue with, or are they just allowed to eat whatever and lay around on the couch, or how does that work?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're expecting them to act professional, at this level. And, they're certainly, they should take a couple days to kind of rejuvenate and heal up a little bit. And, we do expect them to go through their workouts and get a little ice time if they can back home. But the important part of this is to be with their family. And, it gets to be a long year in junior hockey. We've been going at it for a while now. And it's crucial. I've been doing this a long time, and this is one of the longer breaks I've been part of. But I think it's a good break. It's well needed for this group. And I expect them to come back with a lot of energy. But yeah, I mean, at this age, players don't seem to really get off course when it comes to taking care of their body and going through their daily routine of their workouts and stuff. A lot of times you have to force them to take a couple of days rest. They want to just keep going. But, I'm pretty sure that this group will go home and do what they have to do to be ready to come back and hit the ground running.
Well, and that kind of segues into my next question, which is there any concern that when they come back to get them refocused? I mean, after all, these are, still young men that, are maybe have a girlfriend at home they're missing or whatever the case. Is there a little period of time, I suppose, that you almost kind of expect them to get back into the routine of things? Or how does the return happen?
I mean, I think as a staff, we can't allow them to ease back into it. And, you hope at this level that you have a sense of professionalism, that, it doesn't take that kind of time, because everything we worked for up until now, can just go by the wayside if we don't hit the ground running. I mean, we have a short time to prepare from the time they get back to the time we have to play in Brookings again. So, I'm not too concerned about it. I mean, you could have thought that, going on break, that the guys could have packed it in a little bit, getting ready just to get out of here and get home. But they played two of the best games of the season, heading into break. So,
which was it has been a concern in the past. We've actually kind of seen that, so it was impressive to see them come out and play that well.
Yeah, no, they were all business from the start of the Friday night to the end of Saturday night. It was great to see. This is a focus group. Like we haven't had the results that we've wanted up until now, but I tell you, this is a hard-working team, and they continue to get better every day, and they want to win. And it's going to be fun to see, and as a coach here, to see what this team can do in the second half.
Right. Yeah, I know that many of the fans and are excited about what the future will bring as well. Coach, in talking about that a little bit, maybe asking you to speculate a little, but looking at the division, we've talked about how tight the Central Division is. Everybody's beating everybody at different times. It's not like anybody's being dominated one week or whatever. We saw Minot lose over the weekend and then come back and win. We saw Austin be able to beat Minot the week before and then fall to the Bobcats. And your team has been able to beat everybody at different times and so on. There's still a lot of parity in this league. What do you see as a direction from some of these other teams that you're looking at and watching on film and so on? Do you see them starting to maybe plateau a little bit where your team is on the move?
Well, I mean, it's tough to say.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be a team or two in the division that do tail off a little bit, but the competitiveness of this division, I'm pretty sure it's going to go right down to the wire, right down to the last game. Because there's very good coaching in this division, and the player pool is very good, and there is a lot of parity in this division. It's not easy to win on any night.
Yep.
And it's tough to make ground in the standings, because there's not a lot of out-of-division games, and there's no one to pick on, so to speak. A lot of times, many years, you have a team or two that you can just pick on and help yourself within the standings. That's not the case in the Central Division. It's just it's a dogfight.
Yeah, it really is, and that's something that I've mentioned in between periods or so on when we're talking about standings and so on, looking around at some of the other divisions, and you've got the Kenai River Brown Bears, and you've got the Northeast Generals, and teams are just being able to rack up points when they're playing them. That, like you said, certainly isn't the case with the Central. Well, Christmas break coming up, and then back to action against the Brookings Blizzard Friday night, and on December 30th. That is at Brookings, and again, we can watch that at Buffalo Wings and Rings or HockeyTV.com, and you can listen to it on 94.1 The Rock or HubCityRadio.com if you live further away and can't pick up the signal of 94.1 the Rock, but you're not able to watch HockeyTV.com. You can go to HubCityRadio.com on your mobile device or whatever. They have an app, and you can listen to the 94.1 The Rock, which is streaming live there all the time. And then December 31st. Versus Brookings, the New Year's Eve party at the Odie Ice Center. Candy toss after the games, other promotions coming up too. And check AberdeenWings.com for more information. So we want to take this moment to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. Back in action again for New Year's on the 31st, New Year's Eve party here at the Odie Ice Center. But again, have to take care of business on the road in Brookings on the 30th before that one. That'll pretty much wrap up this week's Wings Weekly. Thanks for watching.
Open up the channel.